Hey, good morning, friends. It's Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Sunday, June the 30th, the last day of June for 2024. I want to start by giving my heartfelt thank you, appreciation in all sincerity for all of your comments, your thoughts, your prayers yesterday on the third anniversary of Daniel's passing. It was not an easy day, and no day is easy without him here. He was such a special dog, and he and I bonded like you can never even imagine. And I know most of you can imagine because you share this type of bond. But when Shelby passed a year and a half before Daniel, I'm convinced that Daniel knew how difficult that was for me. And as close as he was to me, he got closer, closer than anyone could have ever imagined, especially myself. What did help yesterday so much, and I will tell you, is all the comments and the messages about all that Daniel did. And that really brings me to a place of joy and happiness. And I will keep that going. I will. I will keep this page alive. I will do even more so that we can share his memory, but even more so and more importantly, we can share ways to continue to help these precious souls that are in need every day. We share the belief that they are God's creation and they are to be loved and respected. And I will do everything I can do, and I promise that. And I thank you again. So, with that, I'm going to ask you to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear today's gospel, which is from St. Mark, chapter 5, verses 21 to 43. When Jesus had crossed again in the boat to the other side, a large crowd gathered around him, and he stayed close to the sea. One of the synagogue officials named Jairus came forward. Seeing him, he fell at his feet and pleaded earnestly with him, saying, "My daughter is at the point of death. Please come here, lay your hands on her, that she may get well and live." He went off with him, and a large crowd followed him and pressed upon him. While he was still speaking, people from the synagogue official's house arrived and said, "Your daughter has died. Why trouble the teacher any longer?" Disregarding the message that was reported, Jesus said to the synagogue official, "Do not be afraid, just have faith." He did not allow anyone to accompany him inside except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. When they arrived at the house of the synagogue official, he caught sight of a commotion, people weeping and wailing loudly. So he went in and said to them, "Why this commotion and weeping? The child is not dead, but asleep." And they ridiculed him. Then he put them all out. He took along the child's father and mother and those who were with him. And he entered the room where the child was. He took the child by the hand and said to her, "Talitha cum," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." The girl, a child of 12, arose immediately and walked around. At that they were utterly astounded. He gave strict orders that no one should know this, and said that she should be given something to eat. Jesus told the little girl, "Arise," and she did. Sometimes what appears to be something that is so obvious in front of us has a backstory and a story going forward. And I think we can all place ourselves in this gospel and see how we can relate to just that. All of us are down and out and near death in many ways, or many symbolic ways, I should say, also in our life, be it through whatever tragedies we are incurring, whatever illnesses we might have, whatever emotional needs that are driven down so dire. But what do we need at that time? We need the understanding that much of what keeps us down are our own thoughts, are our own actions, and at our own disposal to do something about. It's true, isn't it? Search your mind. Think about the times when you've been that far down. We keep ourselves down. We keep ourselves down. And what do we need? We need the vision of Jesus, which was right there for this 12-year-old girl. The vision of strength, the vision of compassion, the vision of righteousness, the vision of peace, all the things that Jesus represents, we have in our mind and in our heart and in our soul. And when we realize that, we're the ones that can get ourselves up. He is there as a guide for us. And yes, he will raise us up and grab us by the hand, but it is up to us to take the first step. And realizing that sometimes we do keep ourselves down and that we do have it within us to rise above that is what we need to grasp his hand, and then he will do the rest. Interestingly, this relates so much to Daniel's passing. It was so difficult. I was down, and I'm still down sometimes. And we can relate to that, can't we? But when I realize all the good that's there, all that can be done, all that's within me because of him, and then Jesus' hand is there and pulls me up, I realize that I'm overcoming more myself than anything else. And when we do that, and when we do like this little girl in the gospel and we move on and we get something to eat and we nourish ourselves, isn't it the greatest feeling ever to rise above? Yes, it is. Well, my friends, that's my message for you on this Sunday morning. As always, I hope it was helpful and you can take it into your day and into your week. I always welcome your thoughts, your comments, and always, always, I appreciate you being here with me. That means so much. I wish you all a wonderful Sunday. Tomorrow, I will be back with my animal spirituality video featuring a new guest. We've heard from a crow and a sloth. And just one little hint, the guest tomorrow is waiting not too far outside my office door to go for her walk this morning. With that, I tell you all to have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.